Alright, what's up, guys? With another video. Here I am trying out my max repetitions for dips and pull ups, as you'll see later. Um, Spoiler alert, I only get to 25 dips. Last time I did this, I think I did maybe 2022, which was done earlier in the week. Right now, my goal for dips in a row would be about 50 dips in a row. And I'm going to be following this program called the Armstrong pull-up program. And yes, it does say pull-ups, but I believe you don't have to specify it to pull-ups exactly. You can do dips, you can probably do push-ups, you can probably do any type of movement, calisthenics movement that you want to do where you want to increase your reps. And for this one, I want to do dips because I've been enjoying dips a lot, and I think it's really cool to be able to move around, your entire body weight for multiple reps at a time, right? For high reps, basically, like not just like 10 reps, like 50 reps, right? 60 reps, 75 reps. That's high to me. And so it's a 5 day program. Well, more like, I guess, what, five, six, seven. Yeah, it's a 7 day program, but on the last 2 days, you rest. I'm putting it up here on the screen. Uh, but today is more like a day zero, since I started off with just trying to test out my repetition max instead of like starting off with the program itself. So this way, since I post every day, this way you guys can kind of see how I progress through and see the program in real time, basically, since I'll be going through each day, and I'll be making some a little bit of modifications here and there. Like after the rest days, I'm gonna have another day where I test out my max to see if it's improved or not, to see how much has gone up. So I have to keep in mind that yes, I did 25, and I have to make sure that I track all of my progress throughout the week, and then I have to see what I can do, in one all-out set after those two rest days at the end of the program, right? And I also want to do this with pull ups. My all time high of doing pull ups was 20, but this was some time ago. I was a lot lighter. I think I was about 174. Now I'm at about 183. So, as you saw earlier, I only did 14 pull ups in that max set. And I just wanted to test it out just to see where my pull ups are compared to my dips. Of course, my dips are a lot more stronger because, of course, there are bigger muscle groups that your body is using when you're doing dips, like your pectorals. Your pecs are a massive muscle group. Then there's your triceps, which, your triceps are bigger than your biceps. And then there's the front delt, and the front delt gets trained a lot through a lot of other pushing movements. So, of course, doing, those dips, I would have been able to do more than 20, right? And with the pull ups, it would have been a lot harder. I really wanted to get to 15, to be honest, but you know, I guess it just wasn't in the cards for me. Another thing is losing weight too. I've been trying to get better with my eating. So having smaller breakfasts and then having bigger lunches, and then really only eating two full meals in a day. That's what I want to get back to because I feel just a lot more light and vibrant. And I don't feel slow and sluggish when I eat, large amounts of food and a lot of food in one sitting, or when I eat multiple, like many, or when I eat many meals throughout the day. It makes me feel a lot more just slow and lethargic, and I don't like that feeling, especially when it's time for me to work out or it's time for me to go to work, and I feel like I can't focus because it's like my entire body is just focusing on just only wanting to digest the food that I just ate. And it's like I can't do anything else. I get sleepy, I get drowsy. So it's the eating part as well that I also have to manage throughout the program. And depending on where my reps are at the end of it, I want to do the program again, for another week. And then possibly, let's say, maybe I do reach it or I don't reach it. And for another week, I would still want to try another program, like just a completely different program just to see how that works, just to kind of see how, things differ and whatnot. But, I've heard that this Armstrong pull-up program is pretty effective. So I'm going to use it for dips for the time being and see how it works. Another thing that I almost forgot to mention is the way I do the reps. I perform the reps, right? Like the range of motion specifically. So, going back to the footage, you'll see that I did it to where I went down to 90 degrees and then went right back up. I believe that is the ideal form, especially if you're going for high reps, right? That way you'll be less prone to injury since you are popping up, from that bottom position. And if you were to pop up from that bottom position with your elbows down further or your shoulders down further, it could lead to a lot more strain on the shoulders or even on the pecs, unnecessary strain specifically, because right now I'm really only worried about making sure I can get as many reps as possible without compromising my form too much, but having the form to a point to where I know that I'm able to complete each rep without destroying myself, right? And I've seen footage of people doing like, high rep dips, like 100 dips, 200 dips, and they move within the same range of motion too, right? And, I don't see anybody saying, you're not going deep enough. That's really only 3 dips that you just did right there. So, you know, I'm going to go by what I've seen people do and the records that I've seen people do with that form, right? If you look at world records and whatnot, you'll see that they moved just like that when they were filmed. They moved to the 90-degree angle and then they went right back up. So I think that's about all I have to say. Uh, Also, make sure to take it easy on yourself, man. Just take it easy on yourself. Maybe you're going through a rough time. Maybe you're being very, very brutal on yourself. Sometimes, man, just remember you're a human being too, man. All right. Don't try and do everything all at once. Make sure to focus on something. Focus on something, on one thing. Do it right. Focus on the next thing. That's how you make progress. All right. You can apply that to all forms of life. And here's me flexing my abs. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, I hope you leave a like and subscribe. And, check out my other videos. Stay tuned for posts. I post every day. So, see you guys later.